On a September day in 1920, during the busy lunch rush on Wall Street, an ordinary-looking man drove a cart with an old horse near the United States Assay Office, across from the J.P. Morgan building. He parked the cart, got down, and quickly vanished into the crowd. Minutes later, the cart exploded, unleashing a barrage of metal fragments. The explosion resulted in the death of over 30 people and left 300 injured. The aftermath was gruesome. The death toll continued to rise throughout the day as more victims succumbed to their injuries. It was thought that the explosion was an accident rather than an intentional act of terrorism. Overnight, maintenance crews cleaned up the damage, discarding any physical evidence that could help identify the perpetrator. The following morning, Wall Street was back in business. Numerous conspiracy theories circulated, but the New York Police and Fire Departments, the Bureau of Investigation, and the United States Secret Service were determined to uncover the truth. Each lead was diligently pursued. Hundreds of people who had been in the area before, during, and after the attack were interviewed. However, little valuable information was gathered because the recollections of the driver and the cart were vague and unhelpful. The most promising lead emerged prior to the explosion. A mailman had discovered 4 poorly spelled and printed flyers in the Wall Street area from a group calling themselves the American Anarchist Fighters. The flyers demanded the release of political prisoners. These letters bore similarities to ones used in 2 bombing campaigns the previous year, orchestrated by Italian anarchists. The Bureau launched an investigation along the East Coast to trace the printing of these flyers, but their efforts proved unsuccessful. Based on previous bomb attacks, the Bureau suspected followers of Italian anarchist Luigi Galliani to be responsible for the crime. The case lacked sufficient evidence. Plus, Galliani had already fled the country. Over the next 3 years, leads grew cold. Promising trails led to dead ends. Ultimately, the identity of the bomber or bombers remained unknown.